Hello and welcome to my Vorkath guide. First of all, let's start off with the requirements. So to start off, you're going to need to have done Dragon Slayer 2, and to get to this point you need 200 quest points in the first place. So obviously there's a lot of pre-quest that you have to do before even thinking about going to Vorkath and starting Dragon Slayer 2. You can kill the boss with both melee and ranged, but I'm just going to be going over a range method today. So aside from Dragon Slayer 2 and all the pre-quests, I would recommend some very high stats. So for range particularly, I'm going to recommend at least 90 range, and I would say at least 74 prayer, so you can pray rigor when you are killing the boss. Obviously they are very high stat requirements, and you can go in with lower, but the higher you are the better it's going to be. So now I'm just going to go over the gear setup. Now I would recommend Elite Void, and if you don't have Elite Void, I would highly recommend to get it because it doesn't really take that long and it is really good. If you don't have Elite Void, use Normal Void, and if you don't have Normal Void, even though you should probably get it, I would recommend just using Carol's or D-Hide. Next, onto the boots, obviously Pegasian boots, and if you cannot afford them because they are very expensive, then you can move on to D-Hide boots. Archer's Ring Imbued is very handy, but again, if you can't afford it, then there are other rings out there that have prayer bonus and things like that. Now in the next slot, I would highly recommend a Salve Amulet because Vorkath is undead and this does 20% damage to undead creatures. Now it has to be imbued, so that's 800,000 points at Nightmare Zone. So it is quite costly, but is definitely worth it. In the cape slot, I would recommend a Ava's accumulator, assembler, whatever you can get. Obviously you need to kill Vorkath to get the head to make the assembler in the first place. And then ranged weapon, blowpipe is one of the better options, but again, if you can't afford it, there is dragon crossbow, rune crossbow, etc, etc. Dragon Hunter crossbow is actually better than the blowpipe, so if you bring a Dragon Hunter crossbow or any other crossbow, make sure that you get the skeletal shield, which gives the range bonus and protects you from the boss. Now in my blowpipe I am just using adamant darts, and it is still really strong here, so you don't need to get dragon or rune unless you're trying to set some PB or you don't mind spending a bit more money. Moving on from the gear setup, I'm going to go into the invent setup. So at the top here I've got my Slayer staff, and I'll get to that in a minute, but then at the bottom I've got my rune pouch, and that has chaos runes, mud runes and lore runes in, and I will explain why in a minute. But also I've got a bastion potion, I've got an extended super anti-fire, I've got an anti-venom plus, 3 prayer pots, 12 manta rays, and the rest Quran brands. Now the reason I've got the Slayer staff and the pouch is because Vorkath has a special attack and he will spawn this undead creature, and when that comes out you just want to equip your Slayer staff, make sure you have it set up to crumble undead on your spells, and you should be good to go as soon as that comes out, and kill it when it spawns. Obviously the chaos runes, the earth runes and the air runes are to cast crumble undead, but the lore runes are in there so you can teleport to your house, which is the next thing I'm going to get onto, is how to get there. So I would recommend in your house having a teleport to Lunar Isle, and in your house you want something set up like this. So you've got your jewelry box there, and you can either have it set to the Ferox Enclave if you don't have a pool in your house. If you do have a pool, then just have it set up like this. So you've got your pool and you've got a teleport nexus which is set to Lunar Isle. So if you want to get there, you go into Lunar Isle and it's going to take you here. Now in between trips you use your pool and you use Lunar Isle teleport. You can speak to this banker here, which will actually let you bank, and then if you want to get back to Vorkath, you speak to the second or the first one, and they will literally kick you off the island and take you right here. From here you literally just want to run up here, speak to this guy who stood on the dock, and you should be good to go. If you don't have a lunar isle teleport in your house, it's going to make things a lot more difficult, so I'd highly recommend getting it. But if you don't, all you have to do is make your way over to Fremennik, and it's on the dock that I just showed you. So when you get here, there's this little bit of the wall that you can climb over. All you want to do is climb over there, because Vorkath won't be aggressive until you poke him. When you get here, you want to turn off your run, and I'll explain why in a minute. And you want to set up your quick prayers to protect from mage, preserve, and rigor if you have it. Obviously, some people use range, some people use mage, but I found that mage works better for me. If you don't have rigor, you can set it out for eagle eye, or even lower if you want to, depending how fast you want to kill the boss. So now that you're at Vorkath, I'm going to go over his special attacks. So this is Vorkath's ranged attack. It's going to hit you for pretty high if you are not praying ranged. This is Vorkath's mage attack. It's the same as the range, but if you pray in mage, it won't hurt you much. Now this is his poisonous phase. All you have to do is move between the green dots. If you stand on a green dot, it's going to hit you and it's going to heal Vorkath. And if you stop still, you will get ticked out almost immediately. This is his fireball attack. It will insta-kill you if you are not 2 steps from where it lands. This is his attack where he spawns the creature. All you have to do is equip your Slayer Staff, make sure you've got Crumble Undead set, and kill it. The green attack will venom you, so just take a sip of your anti-venom. And the purple attack will turn off your prayers, so simply just turn them back on. This is an example kill of killing Vorkath. So you want to drink your Bastion potion, drink your extended super anti-fire, turn your prayers on, walk over, poke him, and then take a few steps back. And that should be your kill complete. It will drop all the loot on the floor here. There's always 2 superior dragon bones, there's always 2 blue dragon hides, and then it's normally 2 drops off the drop table. Overall, if you're struggling for money, Vorkath is a high level boss, but once you get the hang of it, it's really easy and you can be making some serious money. I hope this guide helped you out. I'm currently hunting for the pet, so I'm doing quite a lot of kills at the moment. But if it helped, then please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more. Peace.